What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Philly2Detroit Boxing. Got a very special guest on today, 18-time national champ, Gabriela Tellez. How you doing, Gabriela?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good, good. Thank you for hopping on with us.
Yeah.
Definitely an honor to have you on. We know you, obviously, best women's amateur boxer out here right now. That's just without a doubt. And then, obviously, we know you're going to do big things in the future. But can you tell us a little bit about what got you into boxing? Like, what created the love for the sport? Uh,
What got me in boxing was like, I don't know, my uncle was always in the gym, and me and my sister would always go, and we just see it around, but we never really like, I never took it serious until like my
Mm-hmm.
sister got into the gym, and I was looking at it, and I was like, this looked like some fun. Like this like a really, this looked like some fun. So I was just playing around with it at first. So it'd be like I look at it and I'm like, I've been in the gym since little baby, like since I was 5, 6 years old. So I've
Mm-hmm.
always been in the gym, and I was like, let's just try it. And then like after I got in there, I was like, let's do something with it. I was just chilling.
For sure. And where are you from, by the way? I hear an accent, and I was thinking you was from Florida, but it sounds kind of New Yorkish, New Jersey. Is where you from?
Oh no! I am from Florida. Yeah,
You from Florida?
yeah, I'm
Okay.
from Florida. Yeah.
And then, can you tell us a little bit about your team? Because obviously, to get to the point to where you at now, obviously, like I said a little earlier, kind of emphasize that you're the 18-time national champion, best women's amateur out here right now. Like, what can you tell us a little bit about your team and how they prepare you to get to where you are now?
My team. Well, it's just me, my dad. Me and my dad's my coach, so we together all the time. We always look at little things to always like improve on the little things. Even when we not in camp, we still like looking at the things, like looking back on fights and being like, all right, we could do this and we can do that different. And my mom's more like, all right, let's get down and wait. But then
Mm-hmm.
I do have another team I go with in New Mexico that they help me a lot out over there too. So it just depends on where I'm at and where we getting ready for.
Right.
Yeah.
And to get what made you do like what? First of all, how was it getting used to getting punched in the face? Because like that's not something everybody cool with. Like especially the beginning part, you got to really get punched in your face until you become good. Especially as a
Um.
female, how was that getting used to? And because I know as a female, you got to spar mostly boys, so mostly boys punching you in your face.
Yeah. Like when I first started out, I was like a little girly girl. Like I was like playing softball and doing like karate and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, nah. Like I was just always with my sister. Me and my sister was always tight. So I was like, nah. Like let me go with her on this side. So I did start like my first few fights. I lost probably like my first six fights straight, like
Mm,
back to back. I was like, bro, I don't even
that's
want to do
crazy.
this no more. Like, forget this. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, nah, like I'm gonna just give up. Like even when I was little, I always had like my mentality was strong. That's why I could say it's different
Mm-hmm.
from me and other people. Like I've got a strong mentality. Like I'll be like, just because we lost this one, don't mean we can get it back the next one. You know what I'm saying? Because you take everything as a learning process. So you just gotta be like, all right, we lost this one, let's get it back next time. And when I was young, I was fighting a lot of the same girls, kinda,
Mm-hmm.
cause just in the area,
Right.
like I was in local shows, but I also started out like in big tournaments too.
Mm-hmm.
Like my first fight was at, I don't know if y'all heard of it, but it's called Ringside. So there
Yeah,
was like,
yeah, I heard that tournament.
yeah. So I was out there and I lost. That was like my first fight. I lost, and I was like, that kind of it like brought me down. But I was like,
You
it's
gotta just keep
whatever, like
going.
let's get it back. Like that's what
Right.
I was on. That's how I was thinking about it. It like so when I would spar boys, it was like I was just chilling. I was just like, nah, just cause they I'm gonna get it back. Like that's how I always thought about it. I'm gonna get it back. That's just how
Right.
it goes.
Yeah. And in this type of sport, you gotta have that type of mentality though, because it's like, especially in the amateurs, you know what I mean. In the amateurs, it's like you could lose at any time in an amateur, so you really don't, depending on who the judges are, it's so fast paced. But I guess what do you like the pace of the amateurs? Obviously, you've been successful at it, but do you like the pace of the amateurs? Is it fast for you?
I don't feel like I feel like I'm going at the pace that God put me at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Like I'm at a point where I'm also getting big. So I've always been the littlest, like the youngest in my age group. So I've always
mm,
been like I have an extra year type. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Like I feel like I'm at where I'm where I'm below where I'm belong. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
yeah.
where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
So I've just always had that type of thought. Like I'm just where I'm supposed to be, whether it's good, bad, or otherwise. Like that's when you got to bring the whole learning experience into play. Like
Mm-hmm.
Right. And how old are you right now?
I'm 16, finna be 17 this year.
And at what age did you decide that you like wanted to do this for a living? Like wanted to, take care of your family with this sport?
Probably like I had to be like I was like 11 or 12 because that's when I started getting to the big leagues like the nationals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
December where it was like that's when I was getting it and I was like, bro, this that's when the hunger started coming in. Like that's what I want to do, you know?
Yeah, and where did you develop your your conf? Because I seen basically every fight you just fought in the national, except for one fight. Where did you get like your swag from? Because I was telling my co-host like you kind of, I told my co-host you fought with your hands up for the first round, and after that you just was you. After that, I feel like you broke everybody down in the first
Yeah,
round. Like
I
you was
mean,
real serious in the first round, broke them down. Then after that, it was just all having fun time. After that,
yeah, it's like for me, like the first round, that's when you got to be serious. There's no, because if you lose the first round, you losing the fight. That's how I think about it. Like, ain't no getting
yeah,
back from that, you know?
Right.
Unless you dropping them or you just got to stop them. And I
right,
never leave my fights up to the judges. I never do that. I
right.
just got
And
to
I
go in
seen
there
that
and do what
had
I do.
definitely has
So,
a lot. I seen like 3 8 counts that you gave
yeah, so
out.
that first round, I was going there, filling it out. I was just like, I like, this what we gonna do. And I always talk to myself, my eyes. So if we throw this gonna land, or if we don't do this not gonna work, you know. So I was just like feeling it, and then once I knew like that combination working, that's what I stick
Mm,
to.
Yeah.
Until I throw it, it don't work. All right, let's change it up now. That's just how that's how I was thinking about it. Like first round, you just gotta fill them out, and after that first round, you got it. You got it like that. Like you got it.
at this point, like you're 18-time national champ, so clearly you expect to win. But do you surprise yourself sometimes? Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, like just the emphasis on back to the tournament you just had. I was really telling my coach, like you really, like those people you just was fighting, they the best at what they do as well, cause they got to that point.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like, do you be surprised sometimes when you just go out there and just wipe and just blow people away? Cause it's like you here too, you elite too, and it's like, wow, like you really wasn't on my like at all. Like we was
Like
levels
I do.
apart. Even though you here, we was levels wasn't on my level at all.
Yeah, like I do think about it before my fight. I am thinking about it because they always in my bracket, but we
Hmm.
never end up getting to the finals. So when it's time to get to the finals, I'm like, all right. So they gotta switch. They had to switch something up, you know, like they
Right,
had to have done
Right.
something better to get to the finals now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
right.
all right. So now I gotta just be smart, just think about it. But then like there are times where you could watch they fight, you know, like they because I'll get the bye since I'm always like the number one seed or
First
whatever. So
seed, yeah.
yeah, so I'll get the buy and I just watch them. So I just be like, all right, so they doing this gonna work. Or they doing this with this person, this gonna work. Or they not it like I think I just gotta be confident too. Cause when I'm confident, I feel like I can't nobody really touch me like that. And that's just me being confident, you know?
Yeah.
So
No, definitely. And then, how would you describe like your style of fighting? Like, would you describe yourself more as like, of course, like going back to like the amateur pace of things. Like, everybody just knows the amateurs is kind of fast paced, kind of like a brawler type of fight.
yeah.
But like, how would you describe your style? Or do you feel like you're more of a boxer puncher, or just a boxer, or do you feel like you're more of like a Mexican style come forward type of fighter?
I feel like if I'm being honest, I feel like I could do it all. Like
Mm,
that's just me. I hear a lot of people tell me, and I'm not just going off what other people tell me, but I'm going off of my fights that I just watched. I came out boxing. I could switch southpaw and still be fluent. Like
Yeah.
I'm an orthodox fighter, but I could go southpaw and make it look easy. You know what I'm saying? I could brawl. I feel like I could just do it all. You know, I could start the round the way I finished the round. I could start the fight the way I finished the fight.
No, yeah, I believe you. I just seen this, so I
I
believe
was
you.
just like, you know, I feel like I could. I don't think there's no way of really telling. I think I gotta fight how they fight. I gotta just adapt to how they fighting.
Right.
That's it. Yeah.
Try to kind of figure them out, type of thing.
Yeah, because if they gonna box, then I know I could box. But a lot of girls my age or a lot of females that I spar with, not everybody on the same like level. So if they want to brawl, I know I could easily box. Or if they gonna brawl, then I could brawl in there too. You know. So I just feel like you gotta adapt to what's in front of you.
No, definitely.
And being an 18-time national champion, when you fight people and when you spar people, do you feel it like I'm getting his best? Like you could tell he or she trying to take my head off because she know I'm an 18-time national champion.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I ain't even gonna lie. I feel like, yeah, y'all came in hard. Like this last fight. That's why I say like she was tough because not a lot of fighters like press me like that. Cause I be getting with the body shots right, and they don't really like. They feel my power. Sometimes they don't really want to come forward, or I get my speed up or something, you know. But she was pressing me, so I was like, this ain't working. Like, is she really like, you know, is she really coming at like she coming with something? Like she got some people come in and they don't really got a purpose, but I knew like sometimes will be different than others. Like because some females take it more serious, and that's why I like doing it, you know, because when I'm in there with somebody that take it serious, I'm like, now I could really test myself and see where I'm at. So
That's crazy. So back to the amateur. Do you see yourself winning a gold medal or going for a gold medal? Like, is that the plan to go to the Well, you're 16, so I believe you had to go to the 2028 Olympics, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I'm finna stay for the 28 Olympics. See, but I am going to Germany. I'm going to Germany in August. So, and I that's all I'm thinking about is gold. You know what I'm saying? So, ain't like if you not if you in the sport, you're not thinking about gold, then what's the point of doing the sport? You know?
Yeah.
Right, definitely.
Yeah. So, the goal is the 2028 Olympics. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. What God put in place.
No, well, we are confident that you're gonna be there. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do the points like at this point, like if you're 18-time national, like can't you technically like not fight no more to the Olympics, or do you still gotta fight? Because like I'm pretty like how the point system work? Like how do I not got enough points as an 18-time?
Honestly,
Like
like
could you technically not fight right now? Like I'm gonna just train to the Olympics. I got enough points to get in. Like I didn't win everything you could win.
I think it's more like because you and somebody could fight in the states and like nationals every single time and have the same points. But once you go like overseas, then you get more points added to your I don't know what to call it, like your name, I guess.
yeah.
So I think I do have I can take a break, but I think just stay working and stay getting more experience as the time come. Like I think that's the best thing that I can do.
No, definitely. I was just asking just because I didn't know how it worked. Because I remember Bruce Carrington had missed out on the most recent Olympics because and it was breaking down because of the point system and he almost made it, but I never knew how that really worked and
Yeah,
how accomplished you have to be to go there. So I figured 18-time national champion, like don't you have the points already? Like what more I got win?
Yeah, I think about it, but at the same time, I'm just like I don't really know. Like I just know what I got on. You know what I'm saying? So, because there's always gonna be a target on my back, so somebody always trying to catch up to me. So I just feel like I can never rest. Like there's no time to rest.
Right.
You know?
So if you can get 25 natties, shit, get the 25
That's the plan.
natties.
That's the goal. You know?
Yeah, I feel you. Who are some people that you like to get some work in with, or that you spar with that kind of bring the best out of you?
Like all over.
All over. It could be
Or is it?
it could be anybody. Yeah.
Um, Yoslin. This is a girl in Houston. Her name is Yoslin Perez.
That's what we about to interview. Literally like an hour after you.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, she definitely she pushed me a lot. I'm not gonna lie. She pushed me a lot, and she hit hard. So I know I gotta be on my 10 with her. And she boxed too, so it like I said earlier, like it really make me challenge myself, you know.
Right.
Right.
And then there's Ariana Carrasco. She's in Colorado right now, but she good too. She like I like to spar a lot of boxers, so
Mm-hmm.
for her she real tall, she long, she do hit hard. Like
You
everybody
talking
I
about the style, like boxers in terms of the
yeah,
style of
yeah.
fighting? All right, yeah.
And then like when they long and they tall, because I know from my weight class they all gonna be like I be fighting taller people, I fight long people, so that's the best work I think I could get in. And then there's Rihanna Rios for sure. She those are like the top three best people that I've ever worked with. Like
Do you know anybody? Because I was on telling my co-hosts, I never seen nobody with more than like out of all the like out of the national champions, I never seen more than 18. Is there anybody out there that got like 20 national titles? Because the
uh
highest number I seen was 18. First it was 17, and then you just won another one. Then I found another female who had 18. I never seen like a 19 or
I think
20.
in the boys, but I don't think in the females. I haven't seen nobody that had more than like 18, maybe 19, but I haven't seen anybody. Maybe, but in the boys, probably in the boys, there'd be some because they just get more fights like that too. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to say in the guys, I don't think person I can think about is Carmel for real.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't seen no
hell
guy
yeah,
with more than 17. I know it's somebody out there. I just ain't never see it.
I think Johnny uh Juan Rivera
Hmm.
from Philly. I think he got like 18, 19 now. So
That's crazy. If I don't know him, that's out of pocket. Cause I'm from Philly. I'm in Philly right now.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Then who are some of like your favorite people to like just watch or study or get some game from to kind of maybe take some things from? Or is it some people that you just kind of specifically watch?
Um, I watch Terrence Crawford. I watch Canelo. I watch Shakur a lot too, and Floyd. I'll be watching some of Floyd stuff too. Those like the
Mhm.
top people I'll be watching.
I'm about to say them. That's some hell of a fighters.
And
Yeah.
going back to the pro ranks, is there any big promoters that's been reaching out to you, letting you know like they gonna keep an eye out on you, or is there any promoters that wanted you to turn pro now?
Um. Nah, not right now. I haven't really. I ain't really. Nobody really reached out to me right now. But
Mhm.
I know that because I'm also young too. So
Yeah.
I mean, only time could tell. So, and I
No.
also like I don't really be posting stuff like that. Like I just started
Yeah.
like recently. I just started being more open with my sparrings and my workouts and all that. So
Mhm.
I ain't really been putting myself out there either. So I mean, like I said, only time could tell with what happens.
Yeah, no, I actually figured because you was young, they actually like be trying to put the work in now. So when you is 20, 21, about to turn pro, they already got a relationship with you. So like kind of give them whoever was to start a relationship with you now will kind of give them a head start and like give you a little bit of favoritism when it's time to turn pro and sign with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I know that there be promoters out there that'll like me, cause
Hmm.
I know I'm saucy. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not.
No, I ain't gonna lie. If
Saying like
I'm pretty
if they
sure
was to
promoters know
see me,
you
they
even
like
if they
me.
ain't reach out.
Yeah, I know for sure. Like
Like,
they like me, so that's. But like I got a goal that I want to work to right now.
mhm.
So until I get that, we could think about the next one. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Mhm.
Yeah.
then who was like some of your like favorite like female fighters to watch? Is there anybody like in the pros that you like? I know probably like Clarissa, or obviously Carissa, like she number one in the world right now. Like, is there any specific female fighters that you really like right now?
I do watch Clarissa. I watch Michaela Mayer.
Yeah.
I just I was watching. I don't really watch Katie Taylor, but I watch back on the fight with her and Serrano.
Hmm.
So there are some female pros that I be watching too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Alicia Baumgartner, I watched her.
Yeah.
I just started watching her too. So
Dog.
there's like little things I take from everybody to make it my own.
And how do you feel about women's boxing right now? Because arguably 2022 was probably the best year for women's boxing in like probably the last decade. So how you feel the state of women's boxing is in right now?
Um, I feel like we definitely getting stronger. We
Mm-hmm.
definitely getting bigger. Um, I feel like people are starting to see us more, especially with when USA Boxing had put out this all females national. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that definitely brought us a big step for the amateurs. And even with the pros, like the pros are getting really big too. Like that
Yeah.
all females card, like that was definitely something that brought a lot of females to light, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like cause I do go around and I talk about female fighters, and there be some coaches out there that don't really know the fighters, and I'll be like,
Yeah.
how you not know them? Like
Yeah.
they big out there, they
Right.
like they the undercard, like, you know. So I just be it really it make me happy too that there are a lot of that is getting bigger, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the youth that's coming up is really, there's more, like that's, and it's good that there's more, because when I was younger, just starting out, like there wasn't a lot of female fighters. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
I was gonna say you could argue 2022 probably women. You could argue women's boxing was the best out of boxing in general in the year of 2020,
Yeah, no, definitely.
especially with the Katie Serrano, Alicia
That really
Baumgartner had a
started it
great
out
year.
too. That
Yeah.
really, yeah.
Going back on that too, just I guess just out of curiosity, Amanda Serrano is signed with Jake Paul. How do you feel about like Jake Paul boxing, like the whole YouTube boxing scene? Like, how do you feel about that?
Um, I don't really like that because
Mm-hmm.
but it's because like there'll be boxers that gotta work up to where they at. Like boxers that
Yeah.
took 20 plus pro fights to even get a chance at the big leagues, and then there be the YouTubers that just pay and boom, they fighting big people already, you know. So I
Yeah.
don't feel like that's really fair to a lot of these upcoming pros and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
the pros that's already been in the game, you know. So
No.
but I feel like how he put out Serrano. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that was good for her. Like I feel like he did do something good with that. You know what I'm saying? Like he brought her out, like brought her publicity like that, and I feel like that's good for the women's boxing. That's what some women boxing needs. So even though that he trying to, I don't know if it's like make a joke or what, but even though he doing that, I feel like that was good on his part too, because it's not like he know, there's a lot of people that know him. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he
Nice.
said, oh yeah, I was gonna say Amanda. She said she's obviously made the most money she's ever made after signing with Jake Paul,
Yeah, definitely.
getting the big fights. Like she got the Katie Taylor fight getting promoted by Jake Paul. You know what I mean? So she getting the big
Yeah.
fights being signed to him. So like you said, there is some good to it, but I do understand what you're saying. Like he going to fight for millions and millions of dollars, but guys who've been doing this their whole life can't get a chance like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
No, no, for real. Cause I'll fight Jake Paul. I ain't gonna lie.
exactly.
I'll
Anybody
fight
fight
Jake
Jake
Paul.
Paul, you know what I'm
Cause I
saying?
can fight Jake Paul.
Like there be fighters right now that could turn pro that I feel like should be up there, but for Jake Paul to come in, like that's crazy. Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
And speak on cause you said you going to Germany in July. You said
Yeah, it's like
or August.
July. I'll be in camp July to August at the end of the month, and then
Hmm.
from August I'll be in Germany.
Now, do you feel the difference in styles, like when you spar a Russian guy or a guy from Germany, USA style, a Mexican style? Like, do you? Because boxing is driven off race. Like the reality of life is that 9 times out of 10, if you this race, you're gonna fight this way. Not every time, but 9 times out of 10. So do you feel that like when you in the ring with a Russian fighter or a German fighter, you could tell like their styles is different because how they grew up.
Sometimes, yeah. I feel like because I do fight a lot of Mexican fighters, I feel like
Hmm.
that's something that I took in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I feel like I don't really feel a difference in that.
yeah,
But like when I would spar somebody from like France, or like if I spar somebody like you said from Russia, like
yeah.
that definitely is a difference in the styles for sure.
And what's some of the places that you fought at around the world so far?
Like in the States,
Yeah.
oh, like I've everywhere. I've been to like Kansas, I've been to Cali, um, I've been to Louisiana, Florida. I've just been everywhere, honestly. But out of the states, I only went to like Mexico. So
Okay.
that's the only place that I really went to that was out of the states. But in states, I've been everywhere.
So
So
this July, August gonna be your first time going to Germany.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
Oh, that's gonna be dope. Yeah. I think
Yes.
the Queen is actually that's the Queen, or
No,
is that Manny?
Main Chance going to be there
yeah.
with her.
That's Manny.
Yeah, Manny gonna be out there. Yeah, we
Yeah,
gonna see him.
I actually was telling my coach that I think either you, Kermel, Manny, y'all gonna like our next three Olympic hopefuls, what they call it.
Yeah, I feel like
Like
we
it's more,
definitely got a
but out of
strong
the
team.
people
We
I got
definitely
my
got a
eye
strong
on
team. So
is probably y'all and Zay Quinn Moses for sure.
yeah, we definitely got a strong team this year. I feel like we got the strongest team uh that they have had. So we could
Now,
definitely they're gonna definitely see some different like some changes in this year.
Mhm.
So
now, question, because you know in Cubans is like the most dominant amateur boxers. Is it that way with females as well, or because it's mostly with men? How is it in the female bracket? Like
um
what country is the most like? Yeah, they probably like they the ones like obviously when the men's go, they know if they about to fight a Cuban, like they the ones. What's how is it is in your bracket when it comes to the females,
um
or is it not any race that's like that's
I
like the
heard
Cubans?
what I've heard because I haven't like fought them personally, but I have heard from other fighters that India. I think it was India. They
Hmm.
got some awkward styles, but sometimes awkward styles win fights. So because
No,
you could be
definitely,
awkward
definitely.
and you could look good,
Yeah.
just because it's a
Yeah.
different thing. So I heard India, um, and I think they said I always hear Britain. For some reason, I don't know why. Oh no, not Britain. It's Brazil. Brazil. I be hearing
Brazil.
Brazil.
I heard they do got some good fighters out there actually. Like just they style of fighting is
Yeah.
different.
No, no, definitely. Remember, the Brazil just fought yesterday. He a gold
Yeah,
medalist.
yeah.
Robert
He was the one
Canciao, I
that
think, or
fought
something.
Shakur, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep,
But the
Yeah,
yep.
fight got stopped. The dude got injured and they stopped the fight. They didn't even get
yeah.
the
I ain't gonna lie, boy, is crazy. He just ain't want to fight. I
That's
ain't
what
gonna
I
lie.
was saying too. I
He
was
must
like,
have been
he was just
guaranteed his
fine.
check already, and is like, yo, if I'm about to get paid my little couple G's, I might as well go down. Like,
Right. Honestly, I was like, if that was me, like personally, like I wouldn't have let that slide. Like I would have been
yeah,
on
like
10. Like I trained a whole camp just to get a no contest in 2
yeah.
rounds. Crazy. Like
I don't know. I mean, if you get paid the same, you probably wouldn't care as much. But no,
oh
matter of fact, you
yeah,
would
yeah,
though, because matter of fact, you probably would because it go on your record. Nobody want the no contest on the resume.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And do you feel pressure being an 18-time national champion? Because the reality of life is every fight you go in, you ain't got to win, but 90% of the people that's in the room expect you to win. Like if this other person that you fight and loses, like it's nothing. She's supposed to lose, and most people eyes, if you lose, it's like Gabriela lost. Like it'll be saw
yeah,
that different.
yeah. I definitely I think that's the only reason why I really get like anxious, nervous feeling before my fights. Cause
Hmm.
I feel like I feel like I do be letting some people down because for me in boxing, like I want to be a role model for a lot of these young fighters. Like
Mm-hmm.
I want people to be like, oh look, like this 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 Gabriela Tellez, like I want to be like she's something, you know. And I want people to look up to me and learn stuff from me and take what I do in and build from it. Like the same way I build from other fighters, that's what I want little younger fighters to do with me.
Yeah.
So I want them to look up to me, and if I feel like I lose, I don't want them to feel like down, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like it's that kind of feeling that I do feel like I got pressure on me sometimes. But
And
the times that I be chill before my fights, that's the best feeling. Like, cause I know that's just the best feeling I could get, and how I perform it shows for sure.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I had a question. I ain't gonna lie, slip that joint left my mind.
I was about to say, I heard you about to say something.
Whatever, that joint left my mind.
If you come back, I'm gonna run down the fight predictions. But if you come back,
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
but we definitely got a couple fight predictions for you to see how you feel about them. Well, I guess I know you watched the fight last night. How did you feel about that? Did you know T.O. was gonna go out there and whoop him, or did you kind of feel like Josh Taylor had a better chance?
I feel like Teofimo is definitely gonna come out with something. Like he
Mm-hmm.
was getting ready for this, but a
Yeah, I
lot of
think
people were saying good things about Josh too. So definitely was a good fight for sure.
Yeah,
no, I ain't
unfortunately,
gonna
I
lie.
had Josh Taylor winning, unfortunately, and I got my
The
vote,
announcers,
you know.
they
But
made me change my mind. I had T.O. I had T.O. and I was going to bet on him. I still thought he was going to win, but they made me not bet on him. Like I was hearing Ward and them talk, and I'm like, yo, like y'all, they all spicing. They not spicing Josh Taylor because he really is like that. So I ain't gonna say they spicing just because he lost, but they
Yeah,
all speaking more highly on Josh Taylor than T.O. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just keep my money. I think T.O. gonna win though, but I'm gonna
yeah,
keep my money. And then he went out and did that. I'm like, dang, I should have put money up, man.
yeah. I honestly like I didn't know who Josh Taylor was before this fight though. I ain't gonna lie, but
Crazy.
I was hearing some
You gotta
good
watch
things
Josh
though.
Taylor.
I seen him. I was seeing him because when I knew who it was, I did start watching videos.
right,
I'm like,
yeah,
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, this who this
yeah.
is. Okay,
Yeah, no, he cleared out that whole division. It took somebody else from another division to come up to beat him.
yeah. But Till, I already knew Till had it in the bag though. Like I feel like I like him. He cool. Like
Yeah,
he do got some things that be changing up. So I feel like that he was definitely confident. He ain't look too confident, but he was definitely confident
yeah.
when they
no,
got in
I
the ring.
just,
He seen it. So
I just felt like just off of, I just thought he was going just off a style matchup. Tio only struggled with people who try to get away from him and keep and try to counter punch him and keep him on the outside. But Josh is an inside fighter, so I knew Tio wouldn't have to go looking for him. He was going to be there. But but going back to the question I was about to ask you, it just came back. I was gonna ask you, how do you take losses, like being so accomplished? Because it's like everybody take losses bad, but it's like when you, like I said, when you as accomplished as you are, it's like super surprising. Because like I said, you go every fight you go into for the since you got to that national level, you expected to win.
yeah, I obviously I don't take losses the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll bring me down a little bit, but when we back home, it's like nah, like it's time to go get like it's time to get back to work. Like it's time to,
Mm-hmm.
like I said earlier, like it's time to get that get back now. Like
Right.
they took it, now we gotta show them what's up when we get back. That's that. Like I don't know. I feel like but I definitely do rewatch my fights, and I'd be like, well, this how I
Mm-hmm.
lost. This
yeah.
what I'm gonna do different. Like I always go back and I'm always like I'm my biggest critic too, so I always think something that's not working, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
get it from my coach's point of view. So I'm like me and my dad always watch it up and be like, so what you really think? Like how did you really feel? So
All right. And going back to women's boxing, do you see yourself in the generation that's coming up that like, because like obviously Alicia and Baumgartner and Clarissa Shields, they didn't bring women's boxing up to as high as they can. Do you see yourself as the next generation, like we gonna take it to new heights and even expose it even more? Like they took it here, but we gonna take it here.
definitely, I feel like I could do. I if I'm being honest, I feel like I could do big things in the pros. I
Definitely.
feel like I could definitely put some out that some people never seen before, and I feel like I could bring some goods, bads, and others to the pros. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, I would be confident. That's what I'm saying. Like even though like right now is not my time,
Mm-hmm.
like getting seen, I know I'm gonna get seen eventually. So
No, definitely.
yeah,
I believe you are being seen right now, even though nobody reached out. And like, to be honest, because I don't know how you win 18 nationals and not be seen.
yeah,
I know some. They know who you are for sure. They
Yeah, I'm
just
about to say that they probably just didn't reach
they
out.
probably
You
just
know,
taking their time. They know you young. They'll get to you eventually, type of thing.
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you feel about who else? Inouye and Stephen Fulton Jr. Are you hip to them? How you like that fight? Cool boys.
Um,
Inouye.
if I'm be honest, I ain't even watched that fight. I
No, it's
wasn't
coming
even in
up.
town.
The
No, the
July.
Stephen Foden and the one that's coming up.
I think Steven, I got Steven on that fight. Feel
No,
like,
definitely.
yeah, yeah, smart. He going
Yeah,
smart.
Foden different. I ain't gonna lie. Well, I'm
Yeah.
from Philly, so you know I can't go against Philly. So anybody,
Honestly, Philly got a lot of good fighters out there. Like
no,
I
yeah,
be
we're
seeing
one of the
it.
fighting cities.
Yeah, like y'all,
Yeah,
they crazy. Like they nice for real. I just started seeing it too. Like with Boots, I've been seeing Boots and all them, and I'm like, nah.
yeah, no,
And
Boots.
y'all,
Yeah, that's what everybody really come
Yeah.
down here for. Is for him, for the
Yeah.
most part. I ain't
yeah,
gonna lie though, the Philly streets and jails took a lot of good fighters though, like a lot of good fighters.
yeah,
I was gonna say
What's up?
Boots is definitely the real deal. He
No,
definitely
yeah.
messed up.
No, I heard. I was speaking to a coach that was talking to me about him and Shakur sparring, and he just was saying like that joint was just like crazy high level work. Like that joint just had him amazed in there
yeah,
Nah,
watching them two
amazing.
go at it.
yeah. Shakur is different though. Like
Different, man.
Shakur,
Yeah,
Different.
Shakur different. Man. Like I said, like if I'm being honest though, at this tournament, I knew he was finna be there, right?
right. I
And
was crazy. I was just about
Yeah.
to ask you that. You just beat me to it.
Zay actually was fighting right after me in my first fight, and
Yeah.
I knew he would like glance over sometimes. So I was like,
Mm,
nah, I gotta come out with crazy. Like I
right.
gotta be nice.
Right.
So I was like, nah, I ain't let nothing go. And whoever watched that first fight knew like I did everything in that. Them 2 rounds, I did everything.
No, yeah.
So
Like I said, I feel like you broke. I feel like nobody. I feel like everybody got broken down after that first round from everything I seen. After the first round, and like they like probably did not want to be in there.
I was just
But
chilling.
what's up?
Shit, see,
No, you can go to the more fight predictions, bro.
yeah, I was about to say, well, you kind of you said you watch a lot of Terrence Crawford, but obviously we got the big fight, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. How you feel about that one? Who you got?
I got Terrence Crawford on that one.
Why you like Bud in that one?
I don't know. He's smart and I feel like he real slick with the southpaw too. Like
Yeah.
he
Mm-hmm.
just and actually I had went over there to when I was in camp in Cruces, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I had went to Colorado and he was in camp at the time
Mm-hmm.
and he saw my sparring and he was like he really told me he was like, bro, you nice. Like
Oh yeah.
that's I was
That'll
like
make me want to pick Terrence Crawford too. That'll make
no,
All
it ain't
right,
even that
no,
though. But I was watching him before too though. But I'm just
yeah.
saying, like when with Crawford telling me I'm nice, like I'm nice.
No,
Like
you cold for
no,
real.
definitely.
that was also 2 years ago. So just thinking like
Yeah.
now, like yeah. So I feel like, but I do feel like Spence isn't all there either. Like I don't know. I feel like even in his last fight, like he didn't look like he ain't want to be back. Kind of like he ain't look like the Spence everybody knew.
Ain't gonna lie, Bud definitely is the favorite slightly going into this fight. I don't know who I got right now, depending on what day you ask me. Cause it's like it's so 50-50. Like I want to pick Bud. I ain't gonna lie. I want Bud to win. If I had to pick somebody who I want to win, I want Bud to win. But them first 4 rounds that Bud be fighting, them Jones be shaky to me.
Yeah, he do
And I
start off
really
kind
don't.
of slow. Like,
I don't like what he be getting hit with, and they don't even be the sharpest shots. They just be getting thrown. He just get hit in the first 4 rounds, no matter like
yeah,
I said. He adjusts after the 4 rounds. He not getting hit with them same shots, but I don't know if you can give rounds away to Errol Spence.
I feel like because he know that he got time, that's why he take his time too. Because
Yeah,
sometimes he do start after like the fourth, fifth round, and then he come out with like all these knockout, like he start knocking
yeah,
them out, and I'm like, he could do that, he
Do you
no,
think he'll have a
definitely.
different approach this time because he is going against somebody who is on an elite level like that? Do you think he's gonna come out as slow, or you think he's gonna have to step on the gas a little bit?
I feel like he will need to take it more serious and take it more like, oh, like I can't be getting caught because Spence is an elite fighter, like he
Yeah,
not,
Right.
like he really is somebody. So it's not like you could just come out, chilling. Like you gotta come
yeah,
out on your
Yeah,
toes. Like you gotta really be like, oh, like I ain't just gonna get caught because I feel like Spence got some pop in him too.
mm-hmm.
So it's
yeah,
like you gonna get clipped and then they gonna be like, oh shit, you just got knocked down and when you
Right.
get knocked down, like
yeah.
you know what I'm
How you
saying?
feel? Terrence Crawford gonna adjust to the body attack that Spence gonna be giving him that night.
I feel like there be sometimes he be taking them, but you could tell
Hmm.
that he hurt too.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I think we're gonna have to see about that one. I don't know.
The Spence coming to the body for sure. That's his
yeah,
bread and butter.
definitely.
He coming for that. Yeah.
I think Bud gonna be the one that's gonna have to adjust because Spence gonna throw 60, 70 punches around no matter who in front of him.
Yeah, he definitely gonna need that tank in here. Like he gonna need because you gonna have to be moving the whole time. Cause I don't. I feel like Spence do start fast, finish fast. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
every round you gotta be like, oh, like they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be something awkward every time.
no,
So
definitely.
yeah.
But I said you was highly on Shakur, so I'm gonna assume you got Shakur beating everybody at 35.
Uh, yeah. Honestly, I think he being Tank. I don't know.
That
Nah,
was the
I
next
think
question too. That was the next question.
I knew that was gonna come up sometime. I had to think about it. Nah, I think he could definitely outbox Tank,
Mm-hmm.
but if he like Tank gonna have to drop him, like knock him out to get that win in that one. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta hit him. That's the thing. You
So
gotta
who do you
hit
see as the second best lightweight then? Since you know we'll pick Shakur, how you see a Devin Haney and Tank fight going?
Oh, I got Tank. Tank the next one. That's just where it's at on
him.
that one. I don't really like Haney like that. I feel like Lomachenko beat him in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm
Uh,
being honest, that's
everybody
just
keeps everybody saying
A lot
that.
of yeah, there's a lot that's going around.
I definitely had Lomachenko in that fight. Like going into that fight, I was like, yeah, age don't matter. Like Loma always been cold like that.
Yeah,
Loma
Yeah,
always had that. He was just like that.
no,
And
yeah,
I
we
think
ain't gonna
Haney
never
knew
see nothing
too.
like that.
Yeah, Haney knew too what he was getting into. So
mm-hmm.
and he was getting caught. He was getting clipped with a lot of shots. So
No, definitely.
For sure, for sure.
yeah, yeah.
I say you got any more questions for her, bro?
Nope, I was gonna say yeah, definitely. Like I said, we appreciate you. Let people know where they can find you at.
I
Or
really
your
just stay
social
on
medias?
Instagram. Yeah, I just
All
stay
right.
on Instagram. Sosa. That's where I be at.
And the quick question before you hop off: Where did the Instagram? Where did the Sosa come from in the Instagram name?
Yeah,
Because
cause
I was like,
yeah,
bro, what is her last name, bro? I'm like, I don't know her name. What is her? I can't. I'm googling
Um,
it. I'm like, I'm googling Gabriela Sosa. I'm like, nothing coming up. I'm like, what is her last name?
well, bro, we went to USA boxing and everything. I'm like, yo, Gabriela Sosa is not popping up. I'm like, shit,
nah,
18-time national champion. How she not popping up?
that's crazy. I'm gonna need to put my name on there somewhere. Then I don't even know actually. Somebody I actually just put Sosa was like a joke because I
Mhm.
was on Chief Keef for a minute.
We
So I was like,
said that. We said
Yo, he
that.
called it. He called it. He said
We said
he said she probably a
yeah,
Chief
'cause
Keef fan.
before my fights, I'll be listening to his stuff. I thought, oh yeah, we
Man,
going in like
make
yeah.
sense why you be fighting like that. You got Chief Keef on before you fight.
yeah. But don't even get it. I don't like how people like, oh, Tank came out with him, so she hopped on that. Nah, I had that on. I had that on before that. But no, I had put that on, and then I went to camp in Colorado for the selection camp, and everybody was like, "Yo, I'm with Sosa. Where's Sosa at? Sosa out here, Sosa." So I was like, I might just stick with it,
Yeah, I
like
mean,
that
Mhm.
might be my new one. Who knows?
yeah.
Like,
I even went to the extent of like looking through your comments to see if somebody's saying your name or something. People calling you Sosa in the comments. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Only reason we
I heard
listening
that.
because I remembered that I on screen recorded one of your fights, and I'm like, oh snap! I forgot I screen recorded a little clip when they show their first and last name, and that's how we found the last name.
Yeah, I'm like, God.
yeah. I don't know. Everybody just started calling me that, and I was like, because at school people was calling me Sosa before I had put that on there. People, so I was like,
That mean you was really bumping Chief Keef. They start calling you
I
Sosa. That mean you was really bumping Chief Keef, yo.
because I would always walk around talking about like, yeah, these bitches love so yeah. So I was like, nah, I gotta do something about that. So that's when I put it on, and I was like, that's what, it just stuck, I guess.